Jacinda Ardern was obviously very seriously affected by this as well, and that was reflected in the way that she spoke. She said that it was one of the darkest days for New Zealand, described this attack as extraordinary and an unprecedented act of extreme violence. She referred to the fact that it seems that many people inside the mosques were refugees and migrants who'd come to New Zealand, and she said that the country was their home. They are part of us, she said, unlike those who carried out these attacks. And she urged people to show compassion. She referred to the suspects who were in custody. The police have said that there are 4 people in custody, and the Prime Minister said they had not been on a watch list, but she confirmed that the security threat level across the country now is at its highest level.
And as David said there, David Gillick reporting from Christchurch, details are in fact emerging on the identity in fact of these people.
Yes, he's referring to one of the suspects having been identified as Australian born, and that's been confirmed also by the Australian Prime Minister, Scott Morrison. And yes, there are these reports that there'd been a manifesto published online referring to, with plenty of anti-Islam material. I think we can obviously watch for more to come out in the coming hours on that. The police were a little coy earlier about those sort of details. They did confirm that it seems that a video of one of the shootings at least had been distributed live, was broadcast live, streamed live on social media, and they urge people not to watch it, not to share it. They say it's extremely distressing. They're working to take it down, and it seems that the social media accounts of at least one of these suspects have been removed.
Absolutely, we heard that from the Prime Minister herself. She said, don't give oxygen to these kind of hate crimes that just essentially divide a community. But we see that New Zealand seems to be fighting back, as we heard there from David Gillick. People are out in the streets, are out and about, and that lockdown seems to have come to an end.
Yes, and as he was saying, and others have said, this will bring people together, and the country is normally extremely peaceful. But yes, it happened on Friday afternoon. First of all, at the mosque, obviously, they would have been full of people for Friday prayers. And just not far away, there had been thousands of people out on the streets, including lots of children, for climate change protests. And although schools were put into lockdown for a while, it seems that has been lifted, and as you said, people are out on the streets again.
And that brings the story closer to home, in fact, because those protests are of course taking place in Europe. They started in Europe by that Swedish girl, and we'll have more details on that a little bit later in the programme.